The king's drum kept beating, even after he died. The king's drum beat all night long. It shouldn't have, it was dead. It happened a few years ago in my village, the kind of story old men tell quietly, with warnings to never repeat. I was there. I saw it. Our king, Kofi, was feared by everyone. Not loved, not respected, feared. His word was final. If you disobeyed him, you disappeared. Nobody asked questions because nobody wanted to join the missing. People whispered about the strange rituals he held in his palace. Sometimes we heard screams coming from inside, but no one dared investigate. I was a palace servant back then. My job was to carry water, sweep the floors, and stay invisible. One day, while cleaning near the throne room, I heard the king shouting. He was angry, furious. Someone had stolen something from him. It wasn't gold or land, it was his drum. The king loved that drum. He said it had power. Nobody knew what he meant, but we all believed him. It was big, carved from a single tree, with red and black patterns. Whenever he played it, strange things happened. Women would weep for no reason. Dogs would howl, even if they were miles away. And the air, it would feel heavy, like it was pressing down on you. That day, he swore to punish whoever took it. I'll curse their bloodline, he screamed. I'll make their shadows crawl with demons. The drum was found later that evening in the forest. It wasn't stolen. It had been left under a tree, far from the palace. The guards brought it back, and the king smiled for the first time in days. But something changed after that. The drum sounded different. Every night he played it louder and longer than before. The palace walls seemed to shake. Servants like me couldn't sleep. Then one night, the drum stopped suddenly. We thought it was finally over. But the next morning, the king was dead. They said he died in his sleep, but no one believed that. His body looked twisted, his face frozen in terror, his hands clawed like he was fighting something. The elders buried him with the drum as he had commanded. That's when the nightmare began. The drum didn't stay buried. The first night after his funeral, we heard it, the same heavy booming rhythm. At first, people thought it was the wind or maybe their imagination, but the sound got louder, closer. By the third night, everyone in the village could hear it. I saw it with my own eyes. The ground at his grave was shaking. The dirt cracked open, and the drum rose up, glowing faintly in the moonlight. I ran. Everyone did. The next morning, the drum was sitting outside the palace gate. The elders tried to burn it. It wouldn't catch fire. They tried to throw it in the river. It floated back. Someone suggested smashing it, but the hammer bounced off like it was made of stone. The drum kept playing every night, louder and louder. By the seventh night, people started disappearing. First, the guards, then the elders, then anyone who had been close to the king. When it was quiet during the day, we found their huts empty, their footprints leading into the forest, but they never came back. I don't know why I survived. I was just a servant, but maybe I wasn't important enough for the drum to care, or maybe I just got lucky. One day the drum was gone. No one knows where it went. The village is quiet now, but we don't talk about the king or his drum. Sometimes late at night, I think I hear it, far off in the distance, and I pray it never comes back.